Friends, today our topic is access modifiers. Access modifiers is also called as access specifiers, accessibility modifiers. Different types of access modifiers they are public, private, protected, default. Access control modifiers. Java provides a number of access modifiers to set a access levels for classes, variables, methods, and constructors. The four access levels are visible to the package, the default. No no modifiers are needed. Visible to the class only, private. Visible to the world, public. Visible to the package and all the subclasses, protected. First one is private access modifier. The private access modifier is accessible only within the class. Methods, variables, and constructors that are declared private can only be accessed within the declared class itself. Private access modifier is the most restrictive access level. Class and inheritance cannot be private. Variables that are declared private can be accessed outside the class if public getter methods are present in the class. Using the private modifier is the main way that an object encapsulates itself and hides data from the outside world. It is the example for private access modifier. Firstly, give class name and initialize the variables within the class only. It can be accessed. It cannot be accessed without outside the class. This is the example for private access modifier. And coming to second one, public access modifier. The public access modifier is accessible everywhere. It has the widest scope among all other modifiers. A class, method, constructor, interface, etc. Declared public can be accessed from any other class. Therefore, fields, methods, blocks declared inside a class public can be accessed from any class belonging to the Java universe. However, if the public class we are trying to access is in a different package, then the public class still needs to be imported. Because of class inheritance, all public methods and variables of a class are inherited by its subclasses. It is the example for public access modifier when you are giving a class or class name and initialize the variables. It can be accessed within the class and also within the package outside the class. It is very simple. And third one is protected access modifier. The protected access modifier is accessible within package and outside the package also, but through inheritance only. It can be accessed within the package and also outside the package, but it through inheritance only it can be accessible outside the package and also inside the package. It has an inheritance. The protected access modifier can be applied on the data member, method and constructor. It cannot be applied on the class. Protected access gives the subclass a chance to use the helper method or variable while preventing a non-related class from trying to use it. This is the example for protected access modifier. It can accessible within the class and without the class means outside the class through the inheritance. With the inheritance only it can be accessed. It is the example for protected access modifier. And then coming to Default access modifier. We know that the default access modifier, it's very simple. Default access modifier means we do not explicitly declare an access modifier for a class, field, method, etc. A variable or method declared without any access control modifier is available to any other class in the same package. The fields in an interface are implicitly public, static, final, and the methods in an interface are by default public. The default modifier is accessible only within the package. And next, coming to non-access modifier. Non-access modifiers are final, static, abstract, final. Final can be applied for classes, methods, instance variables, and local variables. A class marked as final cannot be extended. A method marked with final cannot be overridden. A primitive data type or any object reference will not change its value or object when marked final. Coming to static. Static can be applied for methods and variables. A method or variable marked as static belongs to class file. A static member should be accessed using the class name. Accessing static members can be accessed using the class name. This is the example for accessing static. And the rules for static. The static variable and static methods are called class members. A method marked as static can only access other static methods and variables directly. To access the instance variables and methods, a static method should have an instance on which the object members should be invoked. Any instance can access the static variables and change them, but the changes will reflect for all the objects. Coming to abstract. Abstract, it is to know that the abstract data, it will be hide the data in Java. Abstract can be applied for classes and methods only. When a method is marked as abstract, it should have not implementation. Should not have any implementation. Public abstract void move. Abstract method should end with semicolon and not with braces. When a method marked as abstract, the whole class should be marked as abstract. A class can be abstract without any abstract methods in it. I cannot create any instance of abstract class. Abstract class can have concrete, non-abstract methods in it. Abstract methods cannot be marked as final. Abstract classes cannot be marked as final. Abstract methods cannot be static. Abstract methods cannot be private. These are the rules for abstraction. These are the non-access modifiers and access modifiers. Thank you for watching.